Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to talk about why playing the two-party game to change the rules is really the only way to get things done at this point. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, basically, I was watching Never Enough Ammo's chat last night, and something was brought up near the end of the chat, which was basically there is a libertarian candidate out of Georgia who is actually a decent guy. He seems like a decent guy. As I talked about when it came to the Republican primary there earlier this year, there was another guy that should have actually won instead of Brian Kemp's dumbass. But of course, it's very hard in this country in 2022 or any year for that matter to oust a sitting governor in a primary. It's why Mike DeWine won the Ohio Republican primary here, which really has a lot to do more with the fact that you had multiple fucking individuals, including that scumbag sack of shit Joe Blystone, being in the race. Because if that motherfucker hadn't been in the race, you would have actually most likely seen Jim Renacci actually oust DeWine in the primary, because you would have had people default to Renacci then. And unfortunately, you had Blystone bleed off just enough voters to where Renacci didn't have enough votes to actually oust DeWine, is what it was, dude. So, but anyway, I digress. The entire point I'm trying to make is that you know there is a lot of people that are probably better than sitting representation is what it is. The issue becomes is like number one, you would actually have to beat them in those primaries and stuff like that, or you would have to basically square off in the general election is what it is. And I think that's why you actually have a lot of these third parties like your Libertarian Party, your Green Party, et cetera, independents, all that stuff like that, is because these people would really go to general elections and stuff like that, or whatever the case be, as a third party candidate and stuff like that, and try to win. The problem is, even if people know who you are and are willing to vote for you, there's never going to be enough of these people that are going to vote that third party candidate in to actually make a real change, which basically leads to the system that we have in most states, which is a two-party system, especially with primaries when it comes to Democrat and Republican. It's basically, and that's how Ohio does it like crazy all the time, dude. It's like you default to one or the other, and it's like it's bullshit too, because of the fact that for those who don't know, in 2016, I actually created my own political party. It's called the Internet Libertarian Party, and basically, the gist of our party compared to the regular Libertarian Party back in the 70s is what it seems like now with the Libertarian Party and its ideology since even back then and stuff like that was they always seem to be pro-abortion. The Internet Libertarian Party is not. We are pro-life pretty much 100% of the time is what it is, dude. At least in the case of innocent, unborn children is what it is. All the people that, and this is the big thing too as well, I make that distinction for a very big reason, because of the fact that we are also super pro-death penalty for the super guilty is what it is, dude. The people that go out there and do mass murdering and stuff like that and all kinds of other shit. And so, there is a big difference there. It's if you're guilty and you've done, a bunch of crimes and stuff like that, you murdered a bunch of people and stuff like that, no, you forfeited your life, dude, is what it is. Versus if you're an innocent, unborn child or just innocent child to begin with, you deserve to have a life, is what it is, and it's as simple as that, really. And that's the real distinction between, like I said, the Libertarian Party and the Internet Libertarian Party. And that's why I consider myself to be an Internet Libertarian. And basically, it sort of falls to the Ron Paul libertarianism mindset as well on that one. Because the thing is, if you look at individual liberty and constitutionalism and stuff like that, what you end up with is a lot of good candidates. Unfortunately, the issue becomes specifically with the Libertarian Party, you have, many sides of that fucking, spectrum and stuff like that, where it is you'll have like this dude out of Georgia who actually talks about, central banks and stuff like that. And then meanwhile, you have, I forget what the one guy's name was there that was in the Arizona Senate race as a libertarian. And you got that motherfucker over there who's clearly a fucking creepy piece of shit talking about, oh, age of consent should be a voting thing and stuff like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you pedophile piece of shit? Seriously. And that's the problem. And then you got the Gary Johnson types that have taken over the Libertarian Party, or the fucking Joe Jorgensen types and stuff like that, dude. They're just a bunch of jerk offs, is what it is, who don't give two shits about actual freedoms for like individuals and stuff like that, dude. And would rather just sit there and be establishment douchebags, is what it was. And specifically with Gary Johnson, his fucking entire, campaign career thing there was him and that William Weld guy who was a total anti gun sack of shit and stuff like that, dude. back in 2016. And then, of course, you had 2020 where it was Jo Jorgensen, and she was a fucking joke. She was all pro BLM and stuff like that. And that's honestly, if you want to talk about what shot her in the fucking face on that one, dude, and I mean that literally, she shot herself in the fucking face on that one, was like, let's back Black Lives Matter, and oh shit, they're committing terrorism everywhere. Oh my god, they're burning down every fucking place across this country. Oh well, but we should still support them, right? Okay, yeah, fucking go full retard, dumb bitch. And then you wonder why you lost. And it's like, it's not that hard to figure out, man. But that's the problem entirely, dude. It's like that kind of stupidity like that. And unfortunately, those are the kind of people that take over those kind of parties, when in reality, back in 2016, it probably should have been John McAfee. Should have been the guy that actually won then. It should have been fucking, somebody like an Austin Roberts, I think is what that guy's name is. The one that was back in 2016 as well. Like those kind of guys is what it is. That should be the dudes that are, pro 2A, pro Constitution and stuff like that are the leadership of these parties and stuff like that. Unfortunately, and this is why I make the big distinction between the Internet Libertarian Party, which is what I created, and the Libertarian Party in the 1970s, which is basically turned into a giant fucking joke of dumbasses like fucking Joe Exotic. And that's what it is, dude. Like, and this is a big fucking deal right now, by the way. For anybody that does not know these things, dude, the fact that I created the IL, I can kick people out of the Internet Libertarian Party, dude. And I'll tell you right now, if there was ever some fucking ass clown jerk off that tried to claim an Internet Libertarian status, I'd be like, no, you're not, motherfucker. You have nothing to do with our party. Fuck off. Stop using our name or we'll sue the fucking shit out of you is what it is, dude. Seriously. Like, stop trying to run our party or we will sue your fucking ass into the ground, buddy. And it's as simple as that. Because I think that's the problem with Libertarian Party in a nutshell right now, honestly, dude. It's, you have half the people that are actually decent people who actually give a fuck about the Constitution and everything else like that and could make decent candidates. And then you got the other half that are a bunch of fucking ass clown, let's go ahead and go fucking mall ninja dipshittery is what it is, dude. And just complete fucking ass clownery is what it is, man. Like, I remember back in 2016, I was watching some convention for the Libertarian Party, and it was like half the guys. So there was some dude like taking his fucking clothes off and shit like that on stage, and I'm just like, and these are the fucking people you're allowing in your political party? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys, dude? Seriously. And that's exactly why they're a joke, honestly, dude. And it's the same thing with the Green Party too, for that matter, dude. And that's what I'm saying, like, and this is unfortunately why we always tend to go, when it comes to most states, for that two-party system for primaries and stuff like that of Republican and Democrat, jackass and elephant, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing is, if they're going to have, those kind of rules put in place, then it's time to play with those kind of rules until we get elected into office, dude. And I mean that seriously. It's time to run as a Democrat, it's time to run as a Republican, whatever the case be. You get into office underneath that, particular political party, and then as soon as you take office, you switch political affiliation to something brand new is what it is, dude. Whether it be a Libertarian Party, whether it be Constitution Party, whether it be regular Libertarian Party, whether it be the Green Party, whatever the case be, and you have enough people do that, and you have enough people actively saying straight up while they're running in the fucking primaries and stuff like that, being like, yeah, I'm only running in this primary because X, Y, and Z, and it's because I couldn't get in otherwise, kind of thing and stuff like that. And maybe you'll start having voters listen to fucking people and be like, yeah, that's fucking bullshit, dude. This guy has to run as something else so he can actually get into office, even though he's running on a platform that's fucking awesome is what it is. Or this chick or this other person over here, whatever the case be, like whatever the candidate is. And then finally, when these people finally start taking down seats of power and being able to actually make, enough of a coalition of them among, different voter blocks and stuff like that, and maybe be, in Congress and Senate and stuff like that at that point, and have like a small coalition there, and then take over state general assemblies and stuff like that, maybe governorships and, lieutenant governorships and everything else like that, dude, Secretary of State maybe, a couple AG ships or something like that. Then you finally will have a true constitutional republic again, because you'll actually have people that would be doing stuff enough to be like, no, now you have to recognize our political parties in these primaries and stuff like that, and then you change the entire system from the inside out is what it is, dude. And it doesn't take that much to get it done, man. Like, the real problem right now is just money. And I think that's honestly what the problem is when it comes to the two-party system anyway, dude. It's like, you can sit here and run in primaries and stuff like that. The problem is, it's usually the incumbent that'll actually back and stuff like that. It's like, hell, I mean, fucking look back at the Ohio governorship, dude. You had Mike DeWine have 3 different challengers in this primary back in May. It was Jim Renacci, Joe Blystone, who should be in jail right now for a whole bunch of felonies to committed and stuff like that, and then Ron Hood, who was the next state rep and should have been the actual guy that won. So you had 3 different guys in that one that were running against DeWine. What does the Republican Party do? Before Hood even got in the race, dude, they had already given like fucking $3 or $4 million to DeWine, even though you had multiple primary challengers. And it's like, how the fuck are you gonna pull that shit, Republican Party of Ohio, at this point? Like, seriously, how is that not criminal, dude? When you have multiple challengers in the race that could use money for their own campaigns, and you give it to the default douchebag fucking incumbent. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, dude? Seriously. And I know for a fact that wasn't the only state that happened in too either, by the way. That shit's going on all across this country right now, dude. And it really is fucking criminal. Because you're stopping other candidates that should be able to get onto the ballot and have a real contendership to whether it be state House seats, whether it be state Senate seats, etc., 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 congressional seats, fucking Senate seats, whatever, dude. And they're not even able to take party money that by all rights should go to them because they're running in these fucking races. And instead, you're basically giving it to the incumbents is what it is, dude. It's fucking bullshit entirely. It's even more bullshit that I couldn't even become a state senator this year because I couldn't get in a fucking primary because I could never get my campaign off the ground because I was so censored by big tech, something that nobody in the Ohio State House at this point will even bother doing any bills to fucking address because it does not affect them directly. It probably does, actually, is my guess. They just don't give a fuck enough because so many of these motherfuckers are from another generation. They're from baby boomer generation or older ass Gen X people and stuff like that, etc., dude. And it's like, they don't fucking care because they're not technologically inept enough to actually get it, is what it is, dude. And I think that's the problem in a nutshell right there. It's that generational gap to where you have people that don't understand technology enough to where it's like, yeah, y'all don't get it, dude. And if you did get it, maybe you'd finally understand that everybody's being censored at this point that has any fucking voice that is anything right of fucking the left, basically. Even if you're a centrist or anything else like that, dude. So, it really is a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And like I said, the real problem with the two-party system right now is an article we're going to talk about right now, actually, and this is something that was brought up during NEA's cast, too. This is actually out of Tyler, Texas, of all places, which is fucking crazy. And this is why you have bad cops, by the way, in policing, is because you have this two-party system in place right now where you have, Democrats running major cities or you have fucking Republicans running everything else, really is what it is. Oh, Ray-Bans body cam catches shady cops stealing from home. Says in a weird turn of events, a routine eviction search has left 3 police officers charged with theft, according to KETK, a landlord in Tyler, Texas, contacted authorities to assist in evicting a resident. Constables Curtis Harris and 2 deputies, LaQuasha Banks and Derek Holman, arrived at the property. Pretty sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring it out right now, dude. If you're hiring I'm assuming female at this point, whose first name is LaQuasha, maybe that's the first fucking problem right there, dude. Maybe that's a bitch who shouldn't be on the force to begin with, is what it is, dude. Just saying, bro. Anyway, said the search should have been the first step in turning over the keys, but thanks to a mistake on the behalf of Chief Deputy Banks, we see the officers weren't on the right side of the law that day. Are they ever really? I mean, hell, dude. Seriously, if you look at the fucking police force in this country, dude, it's the same thing with the military. And that was one thing I brought up last night as well in that cast, was military is just a giant gang. So are the fucking cops, dude. They're just a bunch of, in the case of military, it's basically just, fucking government agents and stuff like that. In the case of fucking cops, kind of the same thing, except there's douchebags with badges is what it is, dude. And this is why I've said before, dude, like, ex-military should never be allowed to be cops. And it's as simple as that, especially not combat vets, because of the fact they're going to be the most violent ones of all, pretty much. But yeah, it said Twitter user Imposter Edits posted body cam footage of Deputy Banks unknowingly filming the 3 officers stealing items from the home. The record starts with Deputy Banks in the bathroom of the home. You see her reflection in the mirror as she searches the area and places items in her shirt. Banks says, I cut it off, followed by the sound of her body cam accidentally being turned on. As the officers move throughout the home, they continue to scavenge through items. Ooh, Ray-Bans, Banks says as she removes the designer sunglasses from their case. Banks is then heard telling someone, hold on, don't come down here. Although they are not seen on camera, it is later identified to be the owner of the home. So they were literally robbing the fucking house while the owner was actually in the home this whole time, dude. Like, how fucked up is that, bro? You have 3 black cops in there robbing someone's home while in uniform, supposedly trying to carry out an eviction, and instead they're robbing people. The fuck is that shit, dude? Like, that is some fucking Hurricane Katrina level shit, honestly, dude. Where you had fucking cops stealing people's guns and stuff like that, dude. And then also, you know, you had like that one video that came out during Katrina where it was like 2 random female cops in uniform basically going around Walmart filling up a whole shopping cart full of shit and just stealing it. Like, it's that kind of level shit I'm talking about, dude, honestly. And by the way, I'd like to point something out on that thing with Katrina. Those were also 2 female black officers, dude. So, anyway. Let's see here now. Said, right now. Okay. Yeah, we're here. Okay. Yeah, it said Sergeant Holman detains the landlord in another part of the home while his counterparts continue to pick over items. Upstairs, Harris and Banks are removing items from the closet. Harris hands her a watch and display case, and Banks unzips a pocket of her shirt, placing 4 watches inside of it. Harris can be heard saying, "Take that shit." Banks also proceeds to stuff 22 caliber ammunition in an Apple iPod box into her uniform shirt. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Says officers hastily began to open purses and wallets in the closet and remove money. Banks is seen handing Harris a wallet and money and says, some more money. The duo leaves the bedroom after the landlord is demanding to see what the officers are doing and mentions involving a lawyer. Said to justify the lengthy search, Harris and Banks tell the woman they found, quote, cocaine, marijuana, and paraphernalia, and that she needs to wait outside while they finish searching the home. Banks, Harris, and Holman are then recorded leaving the home and returning to the police vehicle where they unload everything that they stole. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Says according to KETK reports that the court documents state Holman looks closely at Banks' body cam and asks, what you got? Banks replies, some shit he had me put in my pocket. As he opens his driver's side door, Holman asks Banks, where's the cash at? Banks replies, oh, he got that. In an apparent reference to Harris, says 1 week later, the individual who was leasing the property filed a theft report with the Tyler police. Items include Chanel perfume, AirPods, 2 iPhone 12s, 2 MacBooks, $3,000 in cash, and other items equating up to over $10,000. Said Harris, Banks, and Holman were all charged with property theft between $750 and $2,500, abuse of official capacity, and official opposition. Said theft charge is a state jail felony. All of them should be, by the way, which carries a maximum sentence of 2 years in prison, according to the CBS 19 affiliate. All 3 had their peace officer licenses suspended on December 2021 and are ineligible to hold positions of law enforcement ever again, as it fucking should be, by the way. Like, this is the kind, seriously, dude, this is the kind of absolute fucking bullshit of why people hate fucking cops, dude. This is why I fucking hate cops, by the way, now. Like, it's fucking abuse of power, abuse of authority shit like this, of exactly why it's like, why the fuck do we even need law enforcement anymore, dude? Seriously. You know, as I pointed out, by the way, it's been now 15 fucking months, and these fucking shitty-ass fucking cops here in Stark County, Ohio, have yet to find the firearm that was stolen from me. And I guarantee that shit's a cold case now. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this video here from the TikTok thing of Twitter here. Hopefully it'll actually play, I don't know.
3 constables began rummaging through and stealing items from the home.
Oh, Ray-Bans.
Chief Banks accidentally activated her body cam and catches most of the theft on video.
Hold on, don't come down here. Let me see.
Yep, there's some ammunition right there. It's like a box of CCI mini mag.
It'll be it. What is this? Calculator. It's a cell phone charger. Hold on, wait. Some more money. And Derek's card. That's her purse. Look at it. Probably got some dope. Yeah, we got 2 hours. Do y'all check these out? Oh, shit. Empty. Huh? Yeah. Who's at the door? She got her lawyer in here. She kept trying to go to the kitchen. When did they stash something? Oh, they...
Yeah, why don't you just make yourself a sandwich too, you dumb bitch.
Upstairs. That's the pistol. Okay.
Yep, stealing fucking guns too, apparently.
What is it? Piece of shit I bought last night. So what the heck is sanitizer? You still in here? You found something else? Hopefully glasses. Oakley's up. Hey, what is it?
Are they allowed to keep anything of value?
Who? They can't nobody touch nothing while they put it on the street. Oh, who? Okay. Yeah. This shit ain't even been used. What's that? Hold on. What's that here? Okay. What's all this? Oh, Ray-Bans. Wait. Clean it out. A bunch of these too. Alright. We done got hot. They can come in. Yeah.
Yeah, we just stole all their shit. They can come in now. Fucking ridiculous.
You go rest? You go sit down and rest a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I need to go sit on the rest.
Yeah, go sit down.
We got a little fat over there. Trying to find the pocket. You see the gun he found? He found a pistol.
Where is it?
Outside.
They got started.
Yeah, they got to start. But they coming in, so get them out. They can wait in their car.
The tenant filed a theft report a few months later. 4 watches, a partial box of .22 caliber ammunition, Apple AirPods, iPhones, MacBooks, shoes, perfume, jewelry, Oakley and Ray-Ban sunglasses, makeup, and a safe containing antique coins, military medals, a diploma, a birth certificate, and a social security card were reported missing, plus another $750 in cash. The Texas Rangers eventually arrested Constables Traylor Harris, Chief Deputy LaQuenda Banks, and Sergeant Derek Holman on charges of abuse of official capacity, official oppression, and property theft. Bond was initially set at $1 million, and all 3 had their peace officer licenses suspended.
Dude, seriously. How the fuck is that kind of shit only 2 years? How is that charge only 2 fucking years for that kind of crap? No, fuck that, dude. If you're doing that shit in a fucking police capacity, that should be a minimum 20-year fucking sentence, dude. Your ass never sees the fucking light of day again after that kind of shit, dude. Like, that is a bunch of shit right there, number 1. Number 2, it does make you wonder, though, if the person that was being evicted had all this designer shit and like several $1,000s in cash, dude, why weren't they paying their fucking rent? Like, was this seriously a drug thing? Like, who the fuck knows, honestly? But my thinking of it is, it's like, seriously, like that is so fucked, man. Like that is the most fucked up thing I've seen in a while, dude. And the fact that these piece of shit fucking ex-cops are possibly going to get like a couple years for this kind of crap, dude. Nah, fuck that, dude. Hit them in the fucking head repeatedly with the fucking book is what it is. And then you lock their asses up and you fucking throw away the damn keys, man. Because that's a bunch of shit right there, man, entirely. And I guarantee you this kind of crap's going on every single day in this country right now, dude. And for people to sit here and think that, like, okay, and I've said it before, dude, right? Grid goes down. Do you really think that cops aren't going to fucking form gangs and mobs and shit like that, dude? Hell yeah, they are. Do you think they're not going to go fucking make deals with like drug dealers and shit like that and form fucking like warlordships and shit like that? Fuck yeah, they are. And that's the thing, dude. Like you're gonna fucking realize shit like that goes down all the time, dude. I mean, hell, you look at most major cities in this country right now. And I've said it before, I'll say it again though. The issue becomes it's a fucked up, sort of game of chess, if you will, because it's basically you'll have some, sergeant or lieutenant or whatever it is, dude, that'll basically make some deal with like some drug kingpin guy and be like, yeah, we'll cut you a fucking free pass and we'll take everybody else around here and stuff like that. Just don't sell these drugs to kids is what it is. And then meanwhile, that fucking gangbanger who's the kingpin or whatever gets fucking clapped by somebody else, dude. And then you got this crazy fucking vacuum shit. And now you got that same fucking cop going back and they cut some fucking deal with somebody else. It's like that show The Shield, by the way. Like, it's little, like, how many fucking cops in the past 20 years now have watched the show The Shield and think they're fucking Vic Mackey, dude, of all races? I guarantee you there's a fuck ton out there that are like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna be Vic Mackey here, bro. And they're just like some corrupt piece of shit criminals, what it is, dude, with a fucking badge. It's so fucked up, dude. And I'm not sitting here trying to be like totally anti-cop either, dude, because there definitely is some good cops out there. The biggest problem I have with policing in this country in a nutshell, honestly, is the fact that you have a nation of what are supposed to be good police officers that refuse to actually put their fucking badges on the line and arrest shitty fucking cops like these fucking piece of shit cops right here, dude. And that's the thing. Like, you see that shit and you're not fucking calling it out for what it is, dude. You're actively participating in it. And it's like, you're part of the fucking problem, dude. Like, seriously, it's supposed to be an eviction. Okay. How hard is it to remove the homeowner, dude? Be like, sorry, you're being evicted. We're going to take you out of the house now, or whatever the case be. That's the only thing eviction should be do at that point. It should be like, here's the eviction notice. We're here to evict you. Remove them by force if you have to, et cetera, et cetera. Then all the people come in, take all their stuff, put it outside is what it is, dude. It's not, hey, let's fucking rummage around this person's house for fucking 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, a half hour, whatever the hell it was. Because obviously it was cut into a 3-minute video there, but I'm guessing it was more like probably about 35, 40 minutes, honestly. And they're sitting there fucking jacking all kinds of shit. There was over $3,000 cash that these fucking pieces of shit took out of that person's house, dude. Not to mention everything else like that. A gun, ammo, fucking a whole bunch of designer sunglasses, fucking Chanel perfume, everything else like that. And it's like, God damn, dude, seriously. And these fuckers are possibly only going to get a couple of years felony? Fuck that, dude. No. Again, slap them repeatedly with the fucking book and just keep adding fucking charges, dude. Like, seriously. It's not like we don't do shit like that with criminals in this country where it's some dude busted on drugs or whatever the case be, and it's like, well, they're going to bust on drugs and also that gun and also paraphernalia and also something else. And then it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking felonies and they try to get them to plead down. Like, no, fucking do the same thing with the piece of shit cops, dude, or these ex-cops right here, dude. You fucking hit them with every possible fucking felony on the fucking, book at that point of shit that they did wrong, starting with the fact that, number one, Texas itself should be introducing a piece of legislation just based on this shit alone that actually ups the fucking felony charges for if you are a police officer in uniform, doing your, like, supposedly doing your job, but then you're obviously committing crimes and stuff while you're in fucking uniform and using your authority and position and stuff like that to commit robbery and, theft and everything else like that. It's like, no, that should be a high degree fucking felony, dude. And it should be, like I said, it should be special circumstances kind of felony, where it should be above first degree felonies, because most first degree felonies are like 5, maybe 10 years or something like that. It should be a minimum like 15, 20 year special felony is what it should be, dude, at that point. And again, this is what happens when people are not playing the two-party game to change the rules by getting into office ourselves, as good constitutionalists, as good people, and being able to write these laws ourselves now, dude. And I think that's a big issue right now. And like I said, just watching that, dude, like, oh my God, dude, like, that's the second time I've seen that now, and it's like, I am fuming even more so than I was previously, dude. It's like, for real, dude, like, at what point do we just say, fuck all these fucking people, dude, and we will just simply protect ourselves, and we just have constitutional carry across the board, we have stand your ground across the board, people open carry if they want to open carry, whatever the case be, dude, and we just protect ourselves. Because honestly, I'll tell you right now, dude, with the exception of a few things, there really is no need for law enforcement in this country in 2022 right now, dude. There really ain't anymore. If the gangbangers want to kill each other, fucking let them. As long as there's no innocents being killed, dude, it's whatever. If they want to kill each other, here's a fucking designated spot. Blow each other's fucking brains out over here. Nobody gives a fuck about your dumbasses. Just don't fucking kill a bunch of innocents is what it is in the mix there, dude. Seriously. Like, go to these designated areas and go fucking, unload an entire magazine of each other's what it is, dude, for real. And then meanwhile, the rest of us will do good things is what it is, bro. So, I don't know. I feel like, truthfully, our country was better off, like, 150 years ago where you had frontier justice is what it is, dude. And I mean that seriously. People did shit and you had people go out there and grab some wanted dead or alive posters and stuff like that and just start bounty hunting them is what it was, dude. Clap them from on top of a perch or something like that and then throw their dead body over a horse and take them back to wherever it was, dude. Collect the fucking bounty is what it was. Or it was, somebody did something very fucking hideous and shit like that or whatever, horrendous, where they were, molesting kids or whatever. You would just have an angry mob go in there and beat them to death is what it is, dude. And it's as simple as that, really. And I feel like it was a lot better off in those kind of things, dude. Now, granted, am I saying we need complete total mob justice nowadays? Maybe to some extent. Not all the way, though. Not all the way. Because obviously, you start stabbing everybody in the eye, it's fucking, nobody has no more eyes is what it is, man. Well, I mean, I guess technically there'd be one person with at least one eye left if you're going to go eye for an eye kind of stuff at that point, because it'd be like, you're going to have one dude like deflect and be able to like stab the other dude in the last eye or something like that before they get got is what it is. And so you got like one dude with like one eye and everybody else has like no eyes then. But unless you're that one-eyed guy, then you're pretty much fucked is what it is, dude, because you're just blind at that point then. But yeah, no, seriously, dude. I don't know. It's a situation though, for real, that like I feel like the real problem is there are far too many laws on the books right now when it comes to certain things, and there are definitely not enough laws on the books when it comes to other things. Like specifically with shit like this, where you have people that are so-called law enforcement, and this is the thing, we grant these people this, thin veneer of authority to be like, okay, cool, you have this badge now, and you're supposed to be helping out we the people. You're supposed to be there for when the crimes happen or whatever the case be, or to stop crimes from happening, whatever it is, dude. And in most cases, these people are the cleanup crew. They're the cleanup crew after the fucking crime happens, whether it be a mass shooting or whether it be a fucking mass stabbing, or whatever the case be. And then in this case, it's them literally going in there and being like, oh, we're evicting you. Now get out of the house while we go rob half the shit in your fucking home before the people come in there and take the rest of it out to the front of the driveway is what it is. It's so fucked up, dude. And that's the thing. They're supposed to be to, serve and protect, or protect and serve, or whatever the case be. And it's like, they're only protecting and serving themselves, dude. Hell, I was out the other day at a dermatologist appointment, and I was looking at this one car that was driving by, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a cop car. It was so dark. Like, seriously, how they had written police across it, dude, was written so darkly in contrast to how the vehicle itself was, the coloration of it. You couldn't even tell it was a police car until you were right on top of it. And it's like, how is that even legal? Aren't you supposed to be like a bright colored thing where it says police across the side of it, bro? Seriously. Like, what kind of shit is that? And that's the thing, bro. It's like, that's a bunch of crap, honestly, dude. And the funny thing is, when you go where my dermatologist actually is down there, you actually have to drive right by the local precinct to drive past that to go down to the hospital where my dermatologist actually is what it is. So, but yeah, it's just craziness though. And like I said, it's like ridiculous, dude. What was funny actually that day was because obviously I was constitutionally carrying in a constitutional carry state now, and I had actually had my gun in the car at the time because I don't carry into places like that because hospital and stuff like that. I don't know what the actual legality is on it and stuff like that. So I'm not going to risk it and end up getting a felony or whatever in the future. But so yeah, I was in the car and went out, was putting it back in my pocket while I was noticing there was a cop car there, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm constitutionally carry. I'm like literally replacing my constitutional carry in my pocket in a constitutional carry state. So it's like, whatever. It's like, they got a problem with that, fuck them, kind of thing. And yeah, they were just basically like circling the parking lots is what it was then. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing, maybe a patrol or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's just ridiculous either way, man. And like I said, it really does infuriate you because it's like, you have people that are supposed to be good police officers in this country, but yet when you have a bunch of cops do bad shit, and I'm not just saying these, 3 that were robbing this house and stuff like that, but you have just like ones that'll, be a bunch of oath breakers. What it is, dude. They'll break their own oaths to office, their own oaths that they swore to the Constitution when they, took that position of authority as a police officer in this country, and yet their fellow officers want to arrest them for shit. It's so fucked up, dude. And the thing is, it's just a bunch of crap entirely. I'm not going to talk about how I carry my gun in the car, so it's as simple as that. There may be safes involved. I'm not going to say how it's carried, man. But again, 99. I'll say it like this, really, with the exception of where I was at, 99.9% of the time, it's on me when I'm outside in the vehicles. So, but yeah, the entire point is you have cops that should be, a bunch of good oath keepers and stuff like that are supposed to be. It's like the same thing with civil servants. People want to call themselves politicians, obviously. They're supposed to be keeping an oath to office. They swore an oath to the Constitution when they take office, whatever day it is that they become that person. And almost all of them, almost immediately, break that oath to office. We see it consistently with them electing freaking, speakers of the House when they take office in the state General Assembly and stuff like that, or Senate presidents or anything like that, dude. Or the same thing federally when they elect the speakers of the House there, or Senate or the Senate presidents there and stuff like that, dude. They are electing some of the most corrupt people in these general assemblies, and it's like, so you just broke your oath to office like 10 minutes after taking it. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Now, granted, people can sit here and say like, okay, that's not as bad as anything else or whatever. Like, there's way worse shit when they're submitting legislation that like directly infringes upon the Constitution, which is what every single Democrat's been doing in the state of Ohio since 2019, 30 days after Dayton Massacre. And it's all Bloomberg created legislation because they're all Bloomberg paid puppets is what it is, dude. And yeah, like that's way worse, obviously. And so is other stuff. But like the entire point is when you have these motherfuckers that are, they'll sit there and actively watch another police officer steal shit from a house and not say anything, or, fucking, for God's sakes, plant drugs on fucking people, or shit, throw down a fucking knife or a gun or whatever on some fucking unarmed suspect and stuff like that they just shot and killed. It's like, what the hell, bro? Like, I get that's your buddy and everything, but goddamn, dude, like, that ain't cool, man. Like, that is super fucking criminal. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there is so much of that shit that goes on. I mean, hell, look at fucking Chicago, for God's sakes, man. They had gun buybacks there, what was it, like 20 years ago or something like that? And it was supposed to be guns that were destroyed. And during Obama's administration, there was some dude that was shot and killed there. And there happened to be a gun that was tossed down by his body that was supposed to be one of these buyback guns that was supposed to have been destroyed like 7 years before that shit, dude. You can't tell me that wasn't some cop doing like a 38 fucking throwdown and stuff like that, dude. Hell, I've heard stories from other people and other chats I've been part of that they know fucking cops in their states and stuff like that, dude, these motherfucking cops will carry around 38 specials with 2 fucking spent shell casings in them just in case. And it's like, just in case of what? Just in case you get into a deadly force encounter where you do something wrong so you can fucking toss down a fucking gun next to some dude's dead body? Like, goddamn, dude, seriously. Like, what the hell kind of fucked up shit is that? Like, it really is fucked up, man. And it's like, damn, man. Seriously. And even going back to this Tyler, Texas one that we just watched a few minutes ago, there were multiple guns taken from that house that were never returned to that homeowner, dude. Like, how much of that shit's gonna be these shitty ass fucking ex-cops now that were stealing guns, using them to fucking be like some kind of throwdown weapon is what it is, dude. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And then it's like, you know, like, as much as I hate BLM, like, you're almost turning me to the side of BLM at this point, man. I'm never going to be part of those people, though, because I fucking hate them with a passion even more than I hate these fucking criminal cops is what it is, dude. So it's like, I'm definitely in the middle, basically giving the finger to both sides is what it is with both hands. Seriously. But anyway. Nah, though, for real. It's so fucked up, dude. It really is. And it's a situation there that doesn't need to be. You know, it doesn't need to be because there shouldn't be this kind of criminality going on in law enforcement. There shouldn't be this kind of criminality going on within our government. And truthfully, like I said, the only change comes when we start changing it ourselves, man. I think it's time for everybody out there to start running for office for real. And if you don't want to run for office, that's fine. Find somebody that does, that wants to do a grassroots, run and stuff like that, and support them. Financially or otherwise for that matter. And by otherwise, I mean, if they need help canvassing or something like that, they need help, getting their name out there, work the phones for them, work their fucking website for them, do something for them, dude. Work for their campaign, for God's sakes. Like, that's how you get good people elected into office, dude. And that's how we hopefully change this once and for all is what it is. Now, granted, can we vote our way out of this at this point in history? Maybe. Perhaps. Is it going to take a lot to get it done? Yes. Is it easier to do something else? Possibly. Is that something else, extreme rebellion? Most likely. So it's like, are people really going to be up for a 10-year war? Hell no. And that's the thing, man. Most Americans right now, they couldn't go for a fucking 10-day war, let alone a fucking 10-year war, for God's sakes. So, and that's not to knock everybody, but yeah, when you got chemicals in our food supply and our water supply that makes obesity fucking skyrocket like crazy and everything else for that matter. You got fucking, hormone drugs everywhere that are turning the males female and the females male, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, yeah, man, like there's a lot of bad shit going on right now. And none of it's good. None of it's good, man. So I think that's pretty much all we're going to talk about for today. I'm going to check Breitbart real quick just to make sure there's not anything else I want to discuss. I don't think there is, but who knows? You never know. You never know. We might find something, man. So, let's see here. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Okay, so we have to talk about this one just because of how fucking retarded old pedo Joe is right now. You got, thank God the adults are in charge again, and then, like, crosses that out. State Department cleans up diplomatic mess after dipshit Biden questions Pakistan having nuclear weapons, offends ally with, quote, unwarranted remarks. What a dumb motherfucker, dude. Seriously, how is this old, dementiaed pedophile fuck still sitting in office right now, dude? Why has he not been 2050'd out of there? And not even 2050'd. Why has he not just been be like, no, we all know what happened in 2020. You are not fucking legally president of this country. Go fuck yourself. You're being arrested for high treason. Same thing with Cunt Mala. Same thing with Pelosi. Same thing with the rest of that dipshit line of fucking succession. Remove them all. Brand new presidency. Trump comes back into office. Simple as that, dude. We move along with our lives after the fact. So, anyway. Then we got 4 against 1. Rubio single-handedly crushes Democrat Demings and her Moderator Pals? Oh, I assume that was Marco Rubio having a debate with Val Demings that they're talking about on that one, most likely. Let's see. You got man fatally shoved onto oncoming New York City subway train. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Again, and this is a city where you cannot legally carry a gun. And you got White House. Biden believes abortion a fundamental right during the entire pregnancy. What a fucking sick pedophile demon, dude. Seriously. Fucking killing kids in the moment of birth, right, don't you, bro? That's exactly what these fuckers want, dude. Again, don't even need the 25th to remove that motherfucker, dude. Just military doing their job and doing what needs to be done, dude. Fucking military tribunal style, dude. For real. Let's see, anything else is worth talking about here. Got former FBI agent refuses cooperation with GOP's probe into Bureau's handling of Hunter Biden's laptop. Of course they fucking do, because they know they're involved in that shit, dude. Let's see. You got Dr. Oz backed by PA corrections officers in a race against Fetterman. That's just funny. Oh, if you haven't heard about that one, 4 missing Oklahoma men found shot and dismembered in a river. So that's pretty fucking crazy. That's just nuts, dude. That's just nuts to me, honestly. The only thing I could think is because there were like 4 criminals and stuff like that. It's probably like a 5th criminal that was like the ringleader or something like that. Probably capped off everybody else is what it was to make sure they didn't say nothing is what it was then. Either that or you had some like fucking Dexter style serial killer running around Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wait, isn't that Ray dude from Tulsa, Oklahoma? What have they been up to these days? Seriously, bro. But I'm just making a joke, obviously, on that one. I don't think they could do with that. What needs to be done there for that kind of stuff, dude? It's probably somebody else. I'm guessing, or maybe probably multiple people actually, dude. Because again, like, it takes a while to dismember a body, man. Let alone 4 bodies. So I'm guessing it was probably like most likely cartel shit is my guess, honestly, on that one, dude. Because again, I know for a fact there in Oklahoma and stuff like that in the Tulsa area, there has been a lot of like cartel activity as well there. So it could be something like that, honestly, where it was like some dudes working for the cartel or something like that, and it was just like cartel gunmen or whatever coming in there and just chopping up fucking people is what it was then. So anyway, let's see here. You got video. 2 men tumbled down escalator during fight in New York City's Grand Central Station. Well, hopefully they both got head injuries from that one, dude, for real. Because fucking both. Like, you're gonna fight each other. Like, who the fuck fights each other in or near an escalator, dude? Like, kind of dumbasses. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, y'all dumb. Oh. Yeah, it makes sense. Never mind. Like, I'm not gonna say anything else on that one. It goes back to a lot of things we were talking about tonight, man. So, anyway. Let's see here now. Let's see where we're at now. Oh, that's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and do a rescreen share here. Talk about a couple of other stories that they have on the front page here. You got study marijuana use at record levels for young adults. And people wonder why people can't get into military service anymore. Yeah, because everybody's a fucking pothead now, dude. So, honestly, I know for a fact that a lot of the good weed these days is like way, way, way stronger than the shit that I ever smoked back when I was having my colon cancer and stuff like that 7 fucking years ago. And I'll admit to that because I haven't smoked since then, is what it is. And I never probably will again, even though I technically could use it, or at least some kind of, CBD oils or something like that, or whatever the case be, which obviously CBD is technically legal in the state of Ohio. It's just, weed ain't, which I think is fucking stupid, and I think it's fucking stupid that's not legalized nationwide at this point, and you have Democrats always trying to make a fucking thing of it and be like, no, see, we're trying to legalize weed, and the GOP doesn't want us to, and it's like, no, you're all a bunch of fucking scumbags in the pocket of big pharma motherfuckers. Go eat a bag of shit. Seriously. All of you fuckers federally are all in big pharma's pocket, taking that fucking big pharmaceutical dick up the ass is what it is, dude. So, anyway. Then you got typical New York Democrat shit, being New York Democrat shit. Man accused of setting NYC eatery ablaze, freed without bail. They didn't get me chicken brycrot? Oh, didn't give me chicken. Apparently didn't give him his meal, so he set the place on fire. What the hell kind of fucking nonsensical bullshit is that, dude? I was gonna say something else before the nonsense, but yeah. Fucking stupid. It's like really fucking insane logic at that point, bro. Psychotic lunatic logic is what that shit is right there. Yeah, so the Queens man who allegedly set a restaurant on fire because the eatery messed up his order has reportedly been freed without bail. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Fuck me, man. Then you got Nevada Police Union overwhelmingly declares no confidence in Democrat Governor Steve Sisolak. Good. About fucking time. I mean, hell, when you got a dude stabbing chicks on the fucking Las Vegas Strip the other day. That one poor girl lost her life over that shit. Fucking ridiculous, dude. All right, let's see. We got Marco Rubio, who is a scumbag, by the way. I hate that fucking guy so much, dude. Like, sadly, he's going to get reelected because it's fucking him or this psychotic nut Val Demings who shouldn't even be in office anymore, dude. But really, Rubio should have got primaried a long time ago, so it is, dude. And that's the problem with the fucking GOP and all the dark money and everything else like that going in these races, dude, is you're going to have a bunch of Republican cash back in Rubio where it should be backing his challengers, what it is, dude. Anyway, it says Marco Rubio hammers Val Demings for taxpayer-funded abortion. She brought the government into the room. Said Demings, got to get serious about climate change to protect Florida. There's nothing to do with climate change, you dumb fucking cunt. It's literally Florida is in the path of every possible hurricane, you dumbass. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, you dumb cunt. That needs to happen to Val Demings, seriously, man. Good old-fashioned bitch slap across the... Seriously, that picture of Marco Rubio fucking handshaking her, he should have been slapping her in the face with the other hand, honestly, dude. Anyway, then we got Spaz Marco Rubio living in Fantasyland after he claimed 5 million border crossers. I'm guessing that would be Val Demings saying that. Go ahead and check that article just to confirm on that one. Let's see. Yeah, it says open borders. Val Demings says Rubio living in Fantasyland after allegedly claiming 5 million border crossers. It's more like about 15 to 20 million a year, you dumb bitch. Maybe more than that, actually. So anyway, says Val Demings says Senator Marco Rubio is living in Fantasyland after Rubio alleged during Tuesday night's debate that 5 million illegal aliens have crossed the border since Biden took office. Like I said, it's probably about triple that, honestly. That's the thing. If they're saying that if you have numbers that's at least 5 million, dude, it's got to be triple or quadruple that even. So it'd be like 15 to 20 million at this point, or more even for that matter. So anyway, as I said here, it said, quote, Congresswoman Demings says that what's happening at the border is normal. It's not unusual, Rubio said. There are 5,000 people a day crossing the border. You know how many people have entered our country illegally since Biden took office? 5 million, Rubio said, noting that the 2 million have come into the country in the past 12 months, 80 of whom are on the terrorist watch list. Okay, so here's the thing right now, right? So if you have Marco Rubio willing to admit that there's 80 people on the terrorist watch list that have jumped our border right now, dude, oh my God, bro, throw some zeros behind that 80 number, dude, because it's probably more like 800 to 8,000 or more at this point, I'm guessing. Like, seriously, if there's 5 million illegals that have crossed our border, dude, it's got to be like 100,000 that are fucking terrorist watch list people, dude, for real. At least 80,000 anyway. So anyway, said, quote, "There is no country in a world that can tolerate or permit or afford 5,000 people a day arriving at our borders saying the magic words and getting asylum." And she says it's not a problem, Rubio said of Demings. Said Demings, who supports open borders policies, bizarrely attempted to appeal to her time serving in law enforcement as a defense for Democrat policies, which are freeing illegal immigrants. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, and that, okay. Now so going back to the cop thing, right? Going back to the cop thing. Val Demings, ex-cop, dude. And people wonder why there's a fucking problem with law enforcement in this country, dude. Maybe, I don't know, because pieces of shit like Val Demings were once a cop, dude. Same thing with that bitch-ass motherfucker Cecil Thomas here in Ohio, who's been part of our General Assembly now for like the past, 15 years or something, and is now trying to run for our fucking state house again after being a state senator for the last 8 fucking years. And should have been gone after that because he's been termed the fuck out is what it is. He's also a fucking dick-sucking Bloomberg little fuckboy is what it is as well on that one. Falsely claiming that 90% of Americans support fucking background checks. No, 90% of Americans don't support your universal background check, anti-gunner bullshit, Cecil Thomas. What you have is you have a bunch of dumb motherfuckers that are being told, oh, you support background checks, right? Okay, yep, sure. Okay, 9 out of 10 moms made action support this bullshit. Yep. Fucking for real, dumb fuck. God, I hate that motherfucker so much, dude. Seriously, hate the Democrat Party. I fucking hate the Democrat Party so fucking much, dude. And like I said, Republicans are not that much better, bro. They really aren't. They're all scum. They're all scumbags. We need to replace them all, man. Seriously. So, anyway. Fuck, where we're at now. Yeah, I was talking about Demings claiming about her time as a cop. So, we are a nation of laws. I've enforced them for 27 years. Despite what the senator wants you to believe, he's living in fantasy land. Demings said after Rubio detailed how many border jumpers have entered the U.S. under Biden's leadership. I've enforced them, Demings claimed. Demings proceeded by asserting that men and women at the border need more resources. No, they need a good old-fashioned kick in the ass back to their countries of origin, you dumb fucking cunt. They need to be told to fuck off back to their nations of origin, and anything that they've seen on the TV from NGOs like George Soros paid shit, dude, are not the fucking case. We're not going to give you fucking free handouts when you come to our country. We're not going to give you any place to live. We're not going to give you fucking food stamps. We're not going to give you fucking cash assistance. We're not going to give you anything except a big old-fashioned kick in the fucking nuts and a kick in the fucking ass back to your fucking nation of origin. Fuck off. Seriously. That's what these people need to be told, dude. There needs to be a rotating fucking thing that says just that shit in like 10 different languages, like 20 miles from the fucking border, and you just set that shit up using solar panels and stuff like that, dude. There's no way we don't have the technology at this point, dude. You could easily have a solar panel technology where it just blasts the fucking shit on a loudspeaker constantly out in the middle of the fucking desert, and it's like anybody coming towards that stuff can hear that stuff within like, a mile earshot or something like that, dude. And it's like, they're telling us to fuck off back to our own country. Maybe we should listen. And then, yeah, right behind that's a fucking landmine field. And right behind that's a bunch of fucking military that have the ability to use shoot-on-sight orders, for God's sakes. Like, fuck, man. If nothing else, you give them, like, one last warning and be like, you will be shot if you come any closer. Kind of thing. Seriously. And I guarantee you, most motherfuckers, when they hear that kind of thing, are going to get the fuck out is what it is, dude. They're going to back the fuck off. And they're going to run the other direction because they're not going to risk getting shot. That's just common sense. Like, seriously, how is this shit not a declaration of war at this point, dude? Every other time in history, there's a declaration of war already, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway. Let's see, going back. Where the fuck are we at now? Let's see. You got Marco Rubio says U.S. handling of China will define 21st century. We should have already dick slapped them back to fucking non-existence at this point, due with EMP attacks. Simple as that. Then you got new poll: Lee Zeldin within striking distance of Democrat Kathy Hochul as crime rages in New York. Dude, I would love to see Lee Zeldin fucking flip New York right at this point, dude. Like, he needs to get rid of that demon cunt, dude, for real. In the first place, Kathy Hunkle's bitch ass should already be in prison right now for the, what was it, $27 million contract or something like that she gave to some random dude for, like, PvP stuff and stuff like that, dude. Or not PvP, PPE, protective equipment and stuff like that. Where she used him as, like, a middleman or whatever it was, and he, like, donated a shitload of money to her campaign and stuff like that, dude. It's like, yeah, how is that not, like, several fucking felonies she's already in prison for at this point, dude? Seriously. Absolutely ridiculous. Our people. Fetterman only leads Oz by 2 points in PA Senate race. I don't even believe that fucking poll at all, dude. Got exclusive. Arizona Republican Carrie Lake. We can't have a racist like Democrat Katie Hobbs as governor. For those that haven't seen, Project Veritas has done stuff about Katie Hobbs. Apparently, Hobbs, who's the current Secretary of State of Arizona, is running on an anti-gunner platform. Yet, meanwhile, her campaign manager was found with some kind of an AR pistol in his vehicle the other day. It's like, okay, somebody done fucked up. And I'm pretty sure that's also illegal in the state of Arizona, by the way, to carry a rifle like that. So, I know for a fact here in Ohio, which I think is kind of a stupid thing they should have done away with, which is that you cannot carry a loaded rifle in your vehicle. It has to be unloaded and within a case of some kind, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's either that or it's openly displayed and also not loaded or chambered or anything else like that. So, because obviously the difference between loaded and chambered, basically the difference between loaded and chambered would be obviously you have a loaded mag in it, whereas one in the chamber would be having actually one of the fucking chambers would be then. So, anyway, then we got where are we at now? Debate. Governor Kim Reynolds slams Democrat DeAndre DeJar for supporting abortion up until birth. Reynolds is another one of these people, by the way, that should have. I believe she's one of the ones that should have been removed as governor after the 2020 lockdowns and stuff for tyranny and stuff like that, dude. Now, granted, that being said, between her and this other nutcase, she's less of a nutcase and should probably be governor again. If that makes sense. Like, if it's just between those two choices, like, obviously she's the only real choices is what it is there in that case, man. But nah, seriously though, like her, just like DeWine and a few other people should have been thrown out of office right then and there in 2020, 2021. Kate Ivy's another one of these people from Alabama there. That fucking cunt Asa Hutchinson, or Hudgens, however you pronounce his name there in Arkansas. That guy went full blown fucking ass clown anti-gunner after he knew he was not up for re-election anymore after he's termed out now. It's like, makes sense. Then you got poll, GOP's Blake Masters in strategical tie with Democrat Mark Kelly in Arizona Senate race. He should be way the fuck ahead, by the way, on that one. Then you got more left-wing racism. Herschel Walker attacked at an event called House You Know What. That's fucked up, man. That's real fucked up. You got Glenn Youngkin, one of the only good governors out there right now, slams bill creating felony for parents not affirming child's gender identity. For those that haven't heard about that one, that's fucked up, dude. Like, so apparently, I guess there's a bunch of Democrats in Virginia that have put forward a bill now that would basically force parents to affirm some child's gender identity, and if they don't, they can potentially catch felony charges and stuff like that for child abuse. And it's like, god damn, dude. Fuck, man. It's just so insane, dude. I mean, we could have both. Like, I'm just saying. Well, what was that one thing? The Graham Act, I think is what it was called. And it was like basically to make weed and like constitutional carry both a thing, essentially. That'd be pretty cool. So, I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere, though. Let's see. That Sydney Watson chick ripped for complaining about obese airplane seatmates. For those who know who that is, that's some chick that does YouTube stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I think she works for the Blaze or something as well now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's always been kind of like one of these, I don't know. Never really been a fan of hers, honestly. She always seemed like one of these chicks that's like, I'm totally like Republican or some bullshit like that. In reality, she's like just some left-wing fucking scumbag that's all fake and shit now. Got Electric Nightmare. EV owner details 15-hour nightmare trek in Wyoming. Oh, God, man. Yeah, because obviously Wyoming wouldn't have any fucking stations for them to plug their bullshit in at. That's fucking hilarious. Nor should they, because they shouldn't put up with these retarded ass electric vehicles. Is what it is, dude. Fuck the EVs. Seriously, not sustainable and never will be. At least not in our lifetimes, anyway. So, anyway, we got illegal alien charged with murdering children. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Let's see. Biden pressured border mayor not to declare border emergency. That sounds like a shitload of fucking felony charges that should be filed against Biden right there. So you got migrant shot killed while attacking border patrol agents in Texas detainment center. Sounds like the guy got what he deserved. Just saying. And then you got Pelosi, inflation because Biden created jobs, but it's also a global issue. Yeah, what the hell is this retarded nonsense these days talking about now, dude? It's like, no, it's not, you fucking ass clowns. You literally have that dumb bitch who's Biden's go-to fucking stupid-ass press secretary admitting the other day, it's like, oh, when Biden signed the Rescue Initiative, what the fuck was that thing? The American Rescue Plan, it's like, yeah, it directly fucking inflated this country, you fucking clowns. Fucking stupid bullshit, dude. And you got Pelosi rejects polls showing concern about inflation crime. I dismiss that. And we dismiss you from office, you fucking cheating old cunt. How about that? How about we toss you out of fucking office entirely, old bitch? Like, you know for a fact this old bitch is committing enough felonies right now where she should be fucking literally citizens arrested and tossed out of office at this point, dude, for real. And you got Democrat run, rat infested New York City, restricts garbage takeout hours. Geniuses, bro. Geniuses. You know they got rats the size of cats in that fucking place now? Like, these fucking rats are showing in that video, in that photo there, dude. Those are the fucking babies of the big-ass mama rats that are the size of, like, fucking possums and shit, dude, for real. Or even bigger, for that matter. Like, I mean, hell, there's some that are the size of fucking dogs and stuff now, dude. Like, big-ass... I'm talking about, like, big-ass fucking, like, German shepherds and shit like that, dude. Actually, there's a fucking... I'm gonna see if I can find that one photo now that I'm thinking about it. There was a photo out there that was clearly like... it was a fake... It was, like, supposed to be, like, a fake thing for memes, but it was fucking hilarious, dude. And I feel like it was, like, Baltimore or something like that. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. Because it is one of the funniest ones ever. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find the photo here or not. Hang on, I'm probably not looking up the right thing here. But anyway, yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, I can't find it what I was looking for then. But anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that, yeah, these people are a bunch of scumbags. That's what really matters, actually. And it's just ridiculous, dude. Like, there's zero reason for that shit right now. Zero fucking reason for it ever. Let's see. Got dumb bitch Meghan Merkel being a dumb bitch again. Oh, that's a good one right there. Mother of George Floyd's daughter announces $250 million lawsuit against Kanye West over saying what everybody fucking knows, that her dumbass fucking kid died of drugs, dude. Dude, I'll tell you what. If I was in Kanye's shoes right now, I would fucking counter lawsuit the fuck out of that family for every last dollar that they got in those lawsuits from the city and the state. From the city of Minneapolis and from the state of Minnesota. And literally bankrupt their asses into the fucking ground, dude. Seriously. Because seriously, any lawyer that has made this fucking lawsuit happen right now, dude, needs to be disbarred on the spot for fucking frivolous bullshit. And that is one thing that I believe truthfully should happen at this point in history, dude. Like, any frivolous lawsuit lawyer across the fucking board needs to be disbarred on the spot, dude. Anyway, then you got rapper actor sentenced to 50 years in jail, 50 years to life for raping, assaulting multiple women. Yeah, that sounds like a typical rapper kind of dude right there. So I'm not even sure which guy that is actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and see what that dude actually is. See what that guy's name actually is there. Let's see. Rapper actor Kaylon Walker, whoever the fuck that is, sentenced 50 years to life for raping and assaulting multiple women, including 3 teenage girls. Just fucking kill this guy, man. Seriously. Just fucking kill his ass. Los Angeles judge sentenced rapper actor Kaylon Walker to 50 years to life in prison following his conviction of raping and assaulting multiple women, including 3 teenage girls, according to reports. 27-year-old rapper and actor who was found guilty in April of 3 counts of forcible rape, 1 count of assault to commit oral copulation, so basically like shoving his dick into some chick's mouth would be my guess on that one. 2 counts of statutory rape and 2 counts of rape by intoxication, so basically getting 2 girls drunk and then raping them was what it was. Let's see. It said Walker, who was arrested in 2018 and released on a $1 million bail, was accused of targeting aspiring models on social media, often convincing them he could help their careers by connecting them with the right people. So typical pedophile is what it is. Let's see. Once alone, he sexually assaulted them, his victims alleged to police. When they said stop, he didn't care. Deputy District Attorney Yasmin something or other said in her opening statement during the trial, said Walker went by the name KR in his rap career. He also accumulated a few acting credits, including 2018 movie remake Superfly and BET series in Contempt. Okay, so that's what it was. He's some BET actor then. What a fucking sack of shit, dude. Seriously. Said following the April conviction, Walker's attorney reiterated his client's innocence and stated his intentions to appeal. Said Walker did not receive a fair trial as many important issues were excluded by the court, claiming the dumbass attorney. Said Democrat-controlled Los Angeles is in the midst of a violent crime wave that has put residents on edge. Murders have soared 35% in the past 2 years as Democrats' soft-on-crime policies have bred widespread lawlessness. Not surprising, dude. Then you got dumb bitch Karen Bass recently stated she will no longer feel safe in her own city. Yeah, and mind you, she's actually running for fucking mayor of Los Angeles, dude. She also had guns stolen from her recently too as well. So, anyway. Yeah. If I wasn't in Kanye's shoes, I probably would just have like my lawyer show up and be like, here's the autopsy report, here's all the fucking fentanyl and everything else that was in Fentanyl Floyd's fucking system that night, dude. So be like, I win, bitches. Go fuck yourselves. So you got Love Thy Neighbor. Randolph Warnick's church files 3 more eviction proceedings. I assume that that's people he gave houses to and is now evicting them from them. What's funny is when you go back to all the shit with Democrats and stuff like that, like all these squad members and stuff, who are all like, I totally agree with the eviction moratorium thing. And then you got like not Ilhan Omar, Ariana Presley, the black chick with the bald head and stuff like that from alopecia and shit. She's like, oh, by the way, I'm still fucking collecting rent from people during this whole thing, and evicted a ton of people out of their apartments and stuff like that during the whole thing, dude. Because she's just a piece of shit liar and asshole, dude. So you got Desperate Joe attempts to buy election. Biden to announce release of 10 to 15 million more barrels of emergency oil reserves before midterm. Strategic reserves lowest since 1984 after Biden drain. Just so we're clear on that one, This fucking piece of fucking shit Biden is literally committing high treason on a daily basis with the oil reserve shit, dude. Because this dumb motherfucker is taking the oil that we need in case there is ever a fucking world war or a fucking war between the United States and China, for that matter, that we could have our vehicles for military use be able to fill the fuck up on diesel and stuff like that, dude, and not be fucking bone dry by the time they have to roll out, is what it is. And it's like, seriously, U.S. military, arrest this cocksucker on high treason already. Like, fuck, man. Like, he's committing high treason every time he's doing this shit, dude. He is literally destroying the sovereignty of this nation. See, then you got Tom Cotton on November 9. Democrats will go back to openly waging war on American oil, gas, and coal. Yep. You got, I don't even know who that is. Some person, probably Republican, crushing some other people there. Then you got Tulsi Gabbard to campaign for Republicans, Blake Masters and Kerry Lake. Seriously, they need to tell her to fuck off, dude. She is not a Republican. She is just a scumbag, dude. She is a fucking neocon and then some, dude. Anyway, you got women independents break big for Republicans 21 days before election. And you got Kristi Noem launches ad on protecting women's sports. There is almost no fucking way that Kristi Noem doesn't get reelected into office this year, dude. Like, she is one of the few that, like, she don't even need to really do anything, dude. She just needs to be like, hey, remember 2 years ago when I was the only governor that didn't shut down my state over a bullshit pandemic? And that would get her reelected immediately, I believe, truthfully. She's like, remember when I saved your guys' jobs 2 years ago? Yeah, maybe you should vote for me again. Like, that's what her entire campaign should be. So, anyway. Then you got old turd herself, Maxine Waters, and retard Claiborne, paying big campaign money to family. Again, how are these two motherfuckers not in prison right now, dude? Seriously. Seriously. You got Pelosi on Democrat criticisms of her. If that's what you have to say to win, fine. What an old drunk whore, dude. Seriously. Then you got Moms for Liberty slam woke LGBT school curriculum on Dr. Phil show. Good for them. Good for them, dude. As they should. As they should. Enough is enough of this fucking gay agenda shit going on in our country, dude. Seriously. Like, they are seriously trying to pump their numbers at this point, dude. And as I said before, it's because these people don't have children because they've sterilized themselves already. And they're trying to sterilize your kids now. Oh boy, here you got fuckstick Tim Ryan again. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I knew eventually we'd find a story about that asshole again. If we went far enough, it's always going to be Tim Ryan, dude. Always going to be fucking Tim Ryan. So, yeah, you got Democrat Tim Ryan supported eliminating bail for accused criminals. Maybe because he is one? Like, seriously, dude. Like, how the fuck is this dude not in prison already? Like, seriously, Ohio law enforcement, find Tim Ryan on the campaign trail, slap the fucking cuffs on him, and just start reading out the laundry list of felonies he's committed, up to and including terrorism most recently. By talking about killing and confronting mega people. Anyway, you got ex-Russian AMB claims Biden pushing to free Brittany Griner to boost Democrats. That bitch can rot, by the way. Like, fuck her, dude. She fucking made her own bed over in that country, dude. You don't go into another country with fucking drugs on you, dude, and think you're not going to get busted and shit. Like, you're just an idiot. And the people that are like, oh, but she's still an American citizen. Who gives a fuck, dude? She's also a fucking criminal. Like, seriously, if you got people coming in our country doing that shit, we would arrest them and put them in jail too, man. Fuck. Like, damn, dude. I would love to see Nancy Pelosi get in a fist fight with Donald Trump at this point, dude. I mean that seriously. And Trump just like, actually fuck that. Not even Donald Trump, because obviously you don't do man versus woman. Melania Trump versus Nancy Pelosi. Let's make that shit happen, dude. Melania would fucking knock her teeth out with one shot, bro. Or sorry, knock Nancy's dentures out with one shot. because we all know Nancy doesn't have real teeth anymore. So, anyway, then you got female Iranian athlete missing after competing without hijab. Yeah, she's dead. I'm just gonna say, look at this, dude. They fucking black bagged her off someplace, dude, for real. And you got ex-NFL quarterback Antonio Demon shot and killed at the age of 32. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Let's see, anything else worthwhile talking about here? An alleged rapist of tennis star Pong something or other gets front row seat at CCP Congress. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You got employee attribution costs Amazon $8 billion annually. And I'm not pronouncing that word right. I don't know how exactly to pronounce that. ATT or whatever. Let's go ahead and just read the article. Fuck it. We got spare time here. Let's see. High cost of treating workers worse than robots. Employee. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's they're like, hey, we don't feel like doing this job. Fuck you. We're going to shit on your dime, is what it is, kind of thing. Yeah, it says Amazon's turnover rate is extremely high and it costs the company $8 billion annually, according to leaked documents. Said leaked Amazon documents obtained by some place paint a bleak picture of Amazon's ability to retain employees and how the current strategy may be financially harmful to the organization as a whole. Said worldwide consumer field operations is experiencing high levels of regretted and unregretted across all levels of the people feeling like they're not basically worthwhile as an employee there is what it is they're saying. Said totaling an estimated $8 billion annually for Amazon and shareholders. Said regretted attribution refers to employees choosing to leave the company. It occurs twice as often as unregretted versions of that, meaning employees being laid off or fired. Said across all levels in business. Said research goes on to state that the data from 2021 indicates regretted attribution represents a low of 69.5% to a high of 81.3% across all levels, tier 1 to tier 10 employees, suggesting a distinct retention issue. Said tier 1 refers to entry-level employees such as Amazon, huge army of warehouse associates. Meanwhile, a vice president would be considered a tier 10 level. Document also notes that only 1 out of the 3 new hires in 2021 stay with the company for 90 or more days. Wow. That's insane, dude. So you're talking about 66% of new hires last year quit within the first 3 months. Damn, dude. That's nuts. Not surprising, though. I've talked to people that have worked for Amazon, and they're like, yeah, we're treated like shit. So, let's see. You got, automation fail. FedEx shuts down robot delivery program because they were probably beaten and the shit was taken out of them, is my guess. It's just like how people were like, oh, yeah, Amazon's going to use drones to deliver your packages. And then you're going to have start having shotgun bandits, dude, where they just shoot the motherfucking drones out of the sky and do loot crates and shit like that from them. Which will happen, by the way, if that ever does become a thing. So, then you got Cadillac's $300,000 electric Celestial gets just 300 miles per charge. Jesus fuck. Again, this is why electric vehicles are not sustainable, people. 300 miles a charge and the damn thing cost over $250,000. Are you fucking high as fuck? Dude, I could buy so many vehicles for that kind of money. Shit, I could go around Ohio right now and probably buy like 5 or 6 older vehicles for that 300 grand right now, dude. Seriously. That's even with inflated prices. Hell, it might be more depending on if I can get good deals on people that are just selling shit because they need money is what it is. So, fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about here, dude. Reports Biden's admin Venezuela policy may not stop northern migration. Yeah, and all those people in that photo are pretty much fighting age males, by the way. Just going to point that one out there. You got Border City pastor carries gun while helping migrants surrender to Border Patrol. Yeah, because you think you're probably going to get attacked by them is my guess, dude. So, anyway, fucking nuts, dude. So you got Saudi Arabia seeks to join Russia-China-led BRICS coalition after Biden administration insults. For those that don't know about that one, Biden basically asked Saudi Arabia, is like, hey, would you keep pumping the oil till after midterms, please? And they're like, fuck you, dude. Ron DeSantis holds double-digit lead over Democrat challenger Charlie Crist. There was a photo I saw yesterday on Twitter where I was calling people out of that fucking fuckboy Fred Guttenberg, who, by the way, needs to keep his fucking nose out of Ohio politics, and his ass too, for that matter, and stop fucking putting his stupid ass name to fucking backing Democrats here in this state because you're not fucking part of Ohio, asshole. That douchebag in Florida there, Fred, though, was backing that idiot Charlie Crist for governor, and it's like, yeah, not surprising that some fucking Bilderberg fuckboy, whose daughter was also a piece of shit, by the way, and it's probably why she got killed in fucking Parkland, is just a complete cunt is what it is, man. Seriously. Like, fuck Fred Guttenberg and his entire family, honestly, dude. Like, he should have probably died instead of his daughter, honestly, on that one, dude. Anyway, let's see. Then you got Ron Johnson, Amandela Barnes, radicalized violence against American police on Russia State TV. He did, by the way, the RT thing. It happened during 2020 riots and stuff. And you got new survey, race tightening between Republican Tudor Dixon and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I really, really hope that Tudor Dixon takes out Whitmer in this fucking race, dude. I would love that. That would be something. Could you imagine New York and Michigan both flipping red in 2022 midterms, dude? That would be fucking fantastic and phenomenal, honestly, man. Even if just Michigan flipped red, that would be one of the best things that happen in this country right now, dude. And we got Tucker Carlson, midterms to render judgment on unprecedented moral atrocities of the last 2 years. Damn right they will. And you got poll, GOP, Hung Chu just 2 points behind far-left Democrat Jennifer Wexner in Virginia's 10th district. Hopefully Hung will take it, man. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's see. Then we got Stefanski. White House was calling inflation a high-class issue a year ago. Biden increasingly out of touch. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Although most of you fuckers are, to be honest with you. So there you go. So we got church gives food to 1 millionth person as Americans struggle with Bidenflation. That is fucking pathetic, dude. Actually, I'll tell you what. There was boxes that were given out during Trump's administration. This was like right after lockdowns happened and stuff. Bro, they had some good fucking shit in that thing, dude. Like, we got one of them. Because my buddy that was one of my neighbors told us about it. He's like, yeah, our family's gotten 1 or 2 of them now at this point because we needed them and stuff. And he's like, yeah, you guys should go over here today and get some too or whatever. And we did. They had some kind of Wisconsin cheese in it, bro. Holy fuck, dude. It was like the best cheese I've ever eaten in my entire life. It really was. Like, I totally understand the Wisconsin cheese thing, man. Like, it was so good. And there was also like some other, like, there was like some various meat and stuff in there. And there was like a bag of apples and stuff like that. And a few other things like that. I think we got another one. My aunt got a couple and she gave us one of them from the same place. And one of them had like a bunch of bushels of bananas in it and stuff like that. And it was really good though too. So, but yeah. It was all it was interesting because they were packing them with like all kinds of food across the country is what it was. Like the first one that we had with the apples in it was like apples from like Washington State and like some random like cheese from Wisconsin and like various like meat products from across the country and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. But anyway, let's see if we got anything else we want to talk about here. Got fucking douchebag fucking president of fucking Ukraine. Fuck that guy, seriously, dude. This motherfucker talking about how, oh, we're in such a badass fucking war with Russia. Yet meanwhile, me and my bitch wife have enough fucking time to go do some fucking Vogue photo shoot. Yeah, fuck you, Zelensky, you fucking sack of dog shit. Dude, seriously. At this point, him and fucking Putin just need to kill each other and be done with it, dude. They need to go one-on-one fucking mutual combat, fucking full-blown old school, fucking 12th century, fucking full suits of armor and shit like that, dude, and just stab each other to death is what it is, dude, for real. Like, go full night, man. Seriously. Then we got Germany, Somalian knife man who killed 2, seriously injured by police gunfire. Good. Looks like an MP5 that they got there in Germany. It's a nice looking gun, man. Wish I could have one of those things. Fortunately, they cost like, what is the civilian version's like $15,000 or something like that right now. Something crazy like that. It's not even full auto. Let's see. Then we got liability insurance mandate for concealed carriers on fast track through New Jersey legislator. By the way, that shit should be unconstitutional immediately, and people need to take that shit to the fucking all the way to Supreme Court. Honestly, dude, for real. Huh. Kyle Rittenhouse launches YouTube channel focused on guns. That's interesting. I think we'll finish off with that story. That sounds like a good story to finish off with. So, go ahead and rescreen share on that one. It's interesting he's talking to Brandon Herrera there. I know he did the thing with Brandon Herrera the other day, though. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, what the hell else is Rittenhouse going to do, man? I mean, the kid's basically been marked for a long time now by the left for being fucking, self-defense encounter and everything else like that. Seriously, how the hell is Tom Binger and that Krause guy not in prison right now for malicious persecution of Kyle Rittenhouse like a year and a half ago, bro? Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, reading the story here. Got young Rittenhouse and then Brandon Herrera on the other side there. So Kyle Rittenhouse, young man who used an AR-15 to defend himself during the August 2020 Kenosha, Wisconsin Black Lives Matter riots, launched a YouTube channel focused on guns. Says Yahoo News reported the launch of the channel, noting that they asked YouTube if Rittenhouse's channel will be allowed to stay on the platform. YouTube indicated they monitor all channels and keep or delete them based on company policy, which is absolute bullshit, dude. It's all fucking arbitrary BS is what it is. So a spokesperson for the platform said, we also terminate channels that reportedly or unanimously violate our policies in line with our long-standing 3-strike system, which is all bullshit, by the way. You can literally weaponize strikes on this platform. We all know that for a fact, dude. That's what happened to Rakita Law. Anyways, cocksucker assholes like Susan Wojcicki continued on and said, all our policies are enforced consistently regardless of the uploader. Lies, 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 and more lies, you lying fucking cunts. And I'll tell it like it is, motherfuckers. See, February 22nd, 2022, Breitbart noted Rittenhouse launched the launch of the Media Accountability Project, or TMAP, a group intended to hold media accountable for lies and defamations. Said newsbusters.org pointed out that Rittenhouse announced the launch of TMAP during an interview with Fox News' Tucker Carlson. Yeah. So, and obviously this is Rittenhouse shooting. Looks like that kid's gained some weight since Kenosha, man. Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, he's what, like 20 now? 20, 21, something like that now? Like, the dude's probably been eating his feelings for the past 2 years, dude. Seriously. Wait, no, he was 17 when that happened back in 2020. He was almost 18 then. So, yeah, he's probably like 20 then now. 19, 20, somewhere in there. But, yeah, I would not be surprised, dude. I mean, the kid's got serious psychological trauma and shit like that. Like, I mean, pints of Haagen-Dazs, man. Makes sense. A bunch of cookies and stuff like that. Eat your feelings kind of shit. Like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense then, dude. So, I don't know. Fucking sad. I'll tell you that much right now, though, man. And what's even sadder is that you can't even have people do things the correct way then. And you have so many people that are just so out of touch with society and, their minds that they don't even see what that kid went through is what it is. And it's like, in the first place, he wouldn't even have to be out there that night if it wasn't for fucking piece of shit, motherfucking scumbag asshole cunts like Tony Evers being the governor of Wisconsin at the time, who, by the way, is up for re-election in 3 weeks. Vote that motherfucker out of office, Wisconsin voters. Seriously. This douchebag refused to take over 500 National Guardsmen from Trump in the 2020 riots, and because of that, you had BLM and Antifa burning down the state of Wisconsin in every major city up in there, and including Kenosha, to where Rittenhouse had to defend himself versus a fucking pedophile, a wife beater, a burglarer in Gage Grosskreutz, and a multi-time felon in Joshua Zeminski, who was using the alias of Alexander Blaine that night, who, by the way, both Grosskreutz and Zeminski cut deals with Binger to not be prosecuted themselves for multiple fucking felonies they both committed that night, dude. So yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. And like I said, the fact that those assholes were able to cut deals with the fucking state of Wisconsin through that motherfucker Binger, dude, like, nah. Binger, Krause, Grosskreutz, Zeminski, all four of those fuckers, dude, should be sharing a 4-man prison cell in Wisconsin State Prison right now, dude. Seriously. Enough is enough of this shit, bro. The best thing that happened in 2020 was that a fucking pedophile got permanently put down, dude. Is it sad that a 17-year-old kid had to do it? Yeah, it is. Should that fucking pedophile should have been out of prison then, dude? No. Joseph Rosenbaum should have been sitting in a fucking prison cell for the rest of his fucking life, pretty much, which should have been more than like a year or two of his life, because he should have been sitting on death row for raping fucking boys, dude, between the ages of 9 and 11 years old. 5 of them. That dude should have got the fucking death sentence for that shit right then and there, dude. And that's what I'm saying. It's time to give one strike laws to pedophiles in this country, dude. Seriously. Rosenbaum got what he fucking deserved. Sadly, Rittenhouse had to be the one pulling the trigger that night. Honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, dude. If I was in Rittenhouse's shoes that night, I would have emptied that mag into that fucking crowd, dude. And I mean that seriously. And I think most other people would have too as well. Because there was enough people still shooting at him when he fucking got up from his position that he was sitting in when he blew Gage's forearm off and stuff like that, dude. Or not forearm, bicep. To where he probably should have shot a few more rounds out of that mag anyway. But no, he just calmly walked off. Just calmly walked off, man. So, I don't know. Yeah, I feel so sorry for that kid, though. There is no way he doesn't have PTSD from that day, dude. And it's going to be one of those things that's lifelong psychological trauma for him for as long as he lives. So, yeah, hopefully Rittenhouse will, hopefully he finally gets some paydays here pretty soon from just being able to sue the fuck out of the media at this point, dude. Like, he really does need to start with those cunts at The View, man, seriously. Bankrupt their fucking asses and go from there is what it is, dude. And then go after everybody else after the fact, dude, and just start taking down billions and billions of dollars and become a fucking billionaire and then become a actual advocate for Second Amendment stuff, dude, is what it is, and start giving money to people's campaigns. And if he wants to give some money to OPEN, that's cool, bro. Or if he just wants to give some money to the Patriot Education Networks across America, that's cool too, dude. Because again, we would like to have a Patriot Education Network in all 50 states across this country right now, dude. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a thing until we can start getting some cash in the coffers to actually find some people that would want to be the heads of different things, different places across the nation. So my eventual 20-year plan for the Patriot Education Networks across the country, whether it be Ohio Patriot Education Network, whether it be Oklahoma Patriot Education Network, Oregon Patriot Education Network, Texas Patriot Education Network, Colorado Patriot Education Network, Maryland Patriot Education Network, et cetera, et cetera. Michigan as well is going to be one. Wisconsin would be one. All across the board, dude, is going to be, we would essentially like to have, it would be a multi-tiered structure across the thing. You would have basically one major person above everybody else, which would most likely be the major city in the state or whatever. And it would be like that person being like the head leadership kind of person for the state or whatever. And then you'd have like regional leadership across the state in various counties. So you'd basically have like all these county leaders and stuff like that. So however many counties there are in a state, like for instance, Ohio here would be 88 counties and you'd have 88 different people and stuff like that. That would all be underneath my leadership is what it would be here. And then from there, you would basically have other things going on. And what it would basically be is you would have leadership upon leadership upon leadership falling down to like the lowest rungs and stuff. And you would have the people that work at the county levels recruiting, various people to the actual network itself to either work for us as, resource range officers and stuff like that want to do educational for gun stuff for us, or whether it be people that actually know like constitutional schooling and stuff like that and would like to teach like constitutionalism to people and things like that. And, actually be part of like a different thing as well to teach like, hey, we're, writing some books here, like who wants to help us, distribute these and stuff like that, and who, how can we get the money to do all this kind of thing is what it is, dude. And you would have people basically going out there, and meanwhile you'd also have different candidates that would hopefully be running for office underneath the different PEN monikers and stuff like that then. And eventually what it would be is you would have basically a nationwide org across the board then for constitutional rights all across the board, especially Second Amendment based stuff is what it is. And yeah, that's pretty much what my 20-year thing is for this whole thing right now, dude. And it would be us working with state legislators to hopefully get a bunch of stuff introduced and going through the general assemblies and stuff like that, whether it be states that don't yet have constitutional carry in them. Hopefully they can get constitutional carry in them through our, people working in these states and stuff like that, or whether it be stand your ground legislation or anything else like that. And then of course it would be, hey, it's time to deal with tech censorship kind of shit, et cetera, kind of deal like that. And it would be different things like that is what it would be. So we would definitely have lobbying groups across the nation as well on that one, that fall under the moniker and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Like that would be more towards like the regional people. That would be like the heads of the state is what it is then. And then you would have all the people that would be the county guys that would be like, okay, here's some other people we have at the county level that could help you out on this thing or whatever it is then, dude. So yeah, needless to say, it is what it is. And it's something that I'm hoping to work towards. Again, it's going to be one of these things where it's like, right now I'm only one man and I'm trying to get the thing just fired up here enough right now. And there's a few people that have been interested in the thing, but like, it's just, it's very hard to recruit consistently when you've got your own issues in life going on and stuff like that. So I would say there's a handful of people currently in the network here in Ohio, but it's not a whole lot. It's a lot less than I'd like it to be is what it is. But yeah, as our name starts spreading, I think we'll find more people that want to fall into the network is what it is, dude. And then of course we'll be starting to make contacts, down in Columbus area, and we'll find like somebody for Columbus and stuff like that. Maybe somebody for Cincinnati and stuff as well and whatnot. And other major cities and things. And then we'll have our other people out there as well doing things here at a, regular level and stuff. So, but yeah, as of right now, it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, it'll be a multi-decade plan at this point. And hopefully someday we'll be having that that sweet NRA money coming our way instead of towards the assholes at the NRA is what it is, dude. And because we're actually going to do things, so it'll be, man, we could actually do the lawsuits that need to be done. We can actually do the things that need to be done to put the Bloombergs out of business finally once and for all, dude. And the Giffords types and everybody else like that, the Shannon Wattses of the world, and finally bankrupt their fucking asses and take their money is what it is then. So, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, though, it'll be interesting to see how long Rittenhouse's YouTube channel actually exists then. But other than that, it really is time, going full circle back to the beginning of this episode. It really is time for people to start getting into a different mindset and realizing in order for us to actually win the game as a whole right now, we have to play the game by the rules that have been set in place right now until we can actually take down seats of power and be able to change the rules for the betterment of this country by actually having ourselves in these positions and being the new people that are the constitutionalists, that are the libertarian types, that are the internet libertarian types, the constitutionalist types, the independents, etc., that aren't Republican and Democrat. And it's really as simple as that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.